Oh, you beautiful book babes. Today we're continuing our Ami Wright month, and we have another demon one. This is by her Monstrous Deals series, and it's Deal with a Demon. I absolutely love this book. This was the first book that I ever read by her, and it is amazing. What happens when a demon needs to eat you to survive and actually eat you is more of an erotic turn in this book. He even pays you to do it, to give you pleasure. Stay tuned to find out more. Hello, all you beautiful book babes. I am sorry for the interruption, but thanks to you all, we were able to obtain another sponsor, and this one I'm really excited about. This episode is brought to you by Dr. Ganja. Now, I know CBD and THCA is a controversial topic, but it's something I really believe in, so much so when I was in college, I wrote a whole paper on the topic and how it is so beneficial versus other medications. I even got my professor to convert on their beliefs on the topic. I used this company way before they reached out about being a sponsor. They have so many different products. They have flower, vapes, topical creams, gummies, spa stuff, and so much more. My favorites are their bath bombs, face wash, and their full spectrum sob relief. With having tendinitis in almost all my joints from playing sports growing up, this really helps with the pain in my joint. My husband loves their flower and vape products. He struggles with anxiety, and this really helps him when he's having an attack. We have never gotten a product and not fallen in love with it. If you want to take advantage of this, all you have to do is go to Dr. Ganja, so it's DrGanja.com, and then at checkout use the promo code SMUT, S-M-U-T, for 5% off your order. This is not just a first time order deal. You can use it whenever you order, which is fantastic. My husband already started using the code. Now, please take advantage of this offer. I think a lot of you will benefit from trying it. And you beautiful book babes, enjoy the rest of the episode. Bye! Hello, all you beautiful book babes. We are back with our second episode of Ami Wright's books. I didn't tell you I reached out to her.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and she was like, I like to warn the authors that we're doing them in case they don't want us to do it.
Right.
I figured that would be my fail-safe.
Right. Just to make sure.
That's my fail-safe. So, like, we figure out what we're going to do the month before, and I'm like, okay, let me just kind of notify them that we're doing this, and then if they don't like it or they hate it, then I'm like, okay, I can scrap it real fast before we get too into it.
True.
But no, she was like, oh my god, thank you so much. Like, she was so appreciative.
I fucking love her books.
I know, I found her. I was super proud of that. Oh my god. So today we'll be doing Nicole's book that she picked. We already did we accidentally both did a demon book, but I didn't mind it.
I like demons.
Well, you can also see the differences between the two series.
Yeah.
Too, between the demons.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So, Deal with a Demon was really smutty. I didn't realize it. Like, I knew it the first time around, but rereading it, I was just like, holy shit, I
know,
love this.
I didn't reread that one, so I'm kind of excited to listen to it again and kind of fall back in love with it.
I mean, I tried to keep it to a minimum, but, you know.
It's hard.
It is.
I can't believe for our next month's series, I got a book in 3.5 pages that's like almost a 700-page book.
Whenever you text me that, like, I sat there staring at your text for a minute, because I was like, there's no way. Like, how the fuck did you do that? Because, like, knowing me, I would have been turned at 700 to, like, 50 pages.
My thought process, when I do a book that I reread a lot, I'm not reading it when I take my notes. I just take notes because then I don't be like, oh, I need that detail. Oh, I need that detail. Exactly. Oh, I need that detail. No, I just am like, okay, we did this, we did this, we did this, we do this.
Yeah. You reread books a lot. I don't.
You don't. So that's kind of hard for you.
Yeah. The only time I reread is whenever I go back and take notes. Because, like, I'll read it first, and then, like, that weekend I'll go and take notes.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so Deal with a Demon, Ami Wright. The female main character is Callie, and the main character is Ren, and it is split point of view. Love split.
Yeah.
So her blurb is really good, but this is my blurb on what the whole book's about. It's about a demon who survives off eating pussy. That's my blurb.
Yep.
Fucking love this guy.
Hers was a little more detailed.
Hers was more detailed, and it goes into more. Like, there's plot, but it's
He
about a
survived-
demon who eats pussy.
Actually, if you read her ads on Facebook, one actually says that.
I mean, it's true.
It literally is. I just remembered that. I was like, wait, I see her ads all the time on Facebook because, you know, AI tracks us.
Yeah.
It literally said, it was like a demon that has to eat pussy to survive.
Fuck yeah. And I mean, I don't know if she summoned one and found this out, but she needs to let us know how to fucking summon one because I need one. I need one of these.
You need a demon.
I need a demon who needs to eat pussy to survive.
Oh my god, that's hysterical.
Oh, jeez. Alright, so Callie is at home checking her emails, deciding which bill she can pay. She works at a clothing store, but her dream is to have her own mid-sized fashion house to provide affordable fashion to women with curves. While flicking through her email, she comes across one from Monstrous Deals, and the subtitle catches her attention before she could spam the email. It says, "Need cash? We could help." She's expecting some type of sale or some type of deal, but what she finds is an opportunity to make cash. Right off the bat, she's immediately like, this sounds like sex. And I didn't know that going in.
I know, I didn't tell you.
You didn't tell me, and like, I love spoilers, but she didn't tell me. For a sex work book, it was a good book.
I love this series because that's all the series is.
It's all about sex work with monsters, and I enjoy it. She's interested to see what's on their survey and decides to fill it out. A week later, she gets an email from Monstrous Deals saying she's been accepted. She just needs to interview. Callie is down to $53 in her bank account and decides, fuck it, just go for it.
I mean, shit. Mama needs money.
Especially if you get a demon like him. When she gets to Monstrous Deals, she meets Sophia, who is a clairvoyant. She's the one doing the interview, and Sophia asks Callie for her underwear.
So I forget about this. So what is she again? She's a clairvoyant?
Yep, she's a clairvoyant.
I always just, in my notes, I always just put she's like a fortune teller.
Kind of. Like, she could, I guess, kind of read people's auras and...
Yeah. I didn't know the specific word for it. I forgot about it, because it's only brought up, like, twice.
Yeah. Yeah, she asked for Callie's underwear, used underwear, because some clients have a thing for scents. And when I first read that, I laughed so hard.
I loved it.
Because, like, the way she was, like, used. And I was just like, what?
I loved it. I was just like, I mean, it's monsters, so that makes sense to me.
It does make sense. The next day, Callie already has an offer to meet a client, Mr. Red. He wants to meet her tonight at Monstrous Deals Bar. He says his request is rather urgent, and knowing she needs money urgently too, she agrees. When Callie gets to the bar, she meets Ren. Deciding to get through the awkwardness, Callie asks what Ren wants, if he's looking for sex, but Ren says he just wants to eat her. And she's like, what? And he was like, feast.
See, I would be suspicious if I was a sex worker and that's all he wanted from me.
You know, kind of like, what are you getting from this? And that's kind of what happened in that first scene with them together. She was like, what about you? Or what, not the first scene, but like eventually she's like, what about you? And he's like, no, I just need you. He tells her that's all he wants, but the rules are she has to stay blindfolded and keep her hands where he says, or else he'll need to tie her up. We get Ren's point of view. He could sense how turned on Callie is. And by sense, I mean smell. And just a side note, wouldn't that be fucking awkward? Like, say you're out in public reading a smut book, and you get turned on only for people to smell how turned on you are. Like,
it's so weird.
Like, in books, it's kind of cool. But if this was real life, I'd be like, oh, people could smell me. That's weird. But yeah, so he smells how turned on she is. Ren and Callie finalize and sign their contract, and Callie leaves. But Ren is intoxicated by her scent, so he follows her. Ren discovers that his magic doesn't work on Callie. Ren is able to nudge humans' minds and, like, basically make them
tempt them,
make them look away, do stuff.
He's a demon, that makes sense.
Yeah, but with her, he can't tell what she's thinking, and when he sends his magic her way, there's no effect on her. As soon as Ren gets the notification that their contract was approved, he's immediately messaging her to meet him that night. When Callie gets to their meeting place, she is told to take off her clothes and lie down with the blindfold on. When Ren comes in, she instinctively covers her pussy with her hand, which causes Ren to tie her up. Then Ren starts eating. And this first scene is just amazing. Like,
it is.
I really like this scene. I love the details of not just what Ren is doing, but everything else too. And it's not just a short scene. Like, he eats her pussy for a while.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Like, it's a long time. He down there for a minute.
Right? Oh, jeez. Rin basically lives off the female orgasm. He doesn't need to eat food. Ren realizes that he's hard from what he's doing to Callie, and it surprises him because it's usually done by his control. Like, it's possible for demons to get hard, it's just they have to think about getting hard to do it, but this time it came naturally.
Which is just not a thing for demons.
Exactly. When they are done, Ren wants to update the contract. Initially it was for once a week, but now that he's tasted her, he wants more. So the next day, he's messaging her again. When Callie shows at Ren's, he's got food for her, and over dinner they talk, and she tells him about her dream to build her own fashion house. Ren decides he will help her. All she has to do is tell him what she needs, and he will get it for her. When Ren and Callie go to the bedroom, she asks to keep her hands free, promising not to move. However, Ren starts to lose a grip on his form, changing from the human shape he's been in to his demon one.
Yeah.
So, she's not seen him yet in his demon form. That's part of the blindfold.
Well, that series, she had him go into human forms. Mm-hmm. The other one, they just stay in their forms.
Exactly. So in this one, he's mostly been in his human shape. But this time, his claws come out, and it surprises Callie, and she reaches for the blindfold. It causes Ren to stop and hide, immediately telling her to leave.
What a little bitch. Sorry.
Ooh,
when I read that, I thought the demon was a little bitch for a second.
For running and hiding?
Yeah. A little bitch.
To me, it was like, Callie, you knew the rules. Doesn't matter what was going on.
No, I understand that part, but running and hiding, he should have fucking whipped out his demon and was like, leave, bitch. But no, he ran and hid and told her to leave behind a closed door.
Well, she explains that because if she would have ran, he would have had to chase her, and he didn't want to hurt her.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Still, that was my first thought when I read it.
Before all the other stuff came out. I got it. So, Callie feels like this is the end of their contract. It's been over a week since that night. She doesn't hear from Ren, and she doesn't message him because she doesn't know what to say. On her way home from work late one night, she gets a feeling she's being followed, and ends up with some guy trying to steal her purse, only to be saved by Ren. Callie invites Ren up, and he admits to following her, and when she's not upset about it, they renegotiate the contract again. She agrees to the original rules of being blindfolded and tied up again, which, I mean, that was the rules to begin with, Callie.
But she saw it. That was the whole point of the blindfold, was to hide his form, but the form came out. So
She didn't see it at this point.
Oh, she didn't see it?
No, this was before she saw it.
Okay.
However, on their next meeting, Ren is losing himself to the need to fuck her. She's begging him for his cock, and he ends up causing the blindfold to slip, and she sees that Ren is a demon. And she starts to freak out. But, I don't get why she freaks out. She knew he was a monster. So she knew, he would have some monstrous form. Why are you freaking out, lady?
Maybe she was religious. I don't know. It doesn't say that, but I'm just saying.
She explains it later on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I haven't read this book in a hot minute.
And you've read all her other books since then, too.
Yeah.
When Ren unbinds her, she runs, but her running causes Ren's true nature to come out and take over. He chases her. When he catches her, he can't help but to start humping her. Callie tells Ren that he needs to come because he doesn't understand what's going on. He doesn't get why he's hard and humping her. And she jacks him off until he's done. Callie learns that Ren has never came before because he's never needed to, so that was his first time.
Oh, that's right, because she freaks out because he's almost like a virgin.
She spends the night with Ren, and when she wakes up, he's back in human form. He asks Callie if she'd like to see him again in his demon form, and she says yes, but it doesn't go further than that. He just tells her she needs to rest and he takes care of her. When she wakes up again, Ren insists on taking care of her some more. He feeds her and gets her in the bath, but Callie decides she wants to take care of him. He's cautious because he's never needed anything like that before, so he never did anything. But once she started sucking his dick, she can't stop.
Yeah, that's one of the photos on the Patron is the bathtub scene.
I need to see that.
You will. We're going to do it next episode. We're going to go over all the pictures. I would post them, but I think I'll get demonetized.
Yeah. But if you do want to see the NSFW art, you can sign up for Amy's Patreon.
Yep, her Patreon. It's really cool. Well, my next book is really short, so we'll kind of go over some of the patrons and everything.
While he's going down on her, Ren realizes that he's hurt her. His claws His claws scratched her and his fangs got her in the no-no square.
I was about to say, I forgot how this went. I was like, wait, what stretched her? What happened?
No, his fangs got her in the no-no square. He believes it's linked.
Our no square. Oh my god, we're like 10, but we're not.
And it came up because Addie pushed me and I pushed her back and I hit her boob and she was like, "You touched my no square." So it's a no square.
God.
Yeah, alright. Ren realized that he's hurt her. His claws scratched her, his fangs got her. He believes it's linked to the blowjob she gave him, so he decides to never let it happen again. That's what made him lose his cool, the blowjob. Obviously. Ren asks her to stay with him, but Callie refuses, saying she just met him and other things, like he's her client. She has work, all this stuff. So Ren starts to plan on what he could do so she doesn't have to leave him. He's planning on taking care of her bills, her job, even setting her up with her own fashion house, even going as far as to plan to end the deal with Monstrous so he's no longer a client. Then she could be all his. Callie asks Ren for a date, so when she gets off work, she goes about getting ready for the date that she had planned, and she takes him on a picnic in the park. She's got a bunch of food for him to try. He doesn't need to eat, but he did try food with her, so she wants him to try different things. She thought it'd be fun just to see his reactions. But Ren can't keep his hands to himself during the date, and this scene gets good real fast.
I know.
I love this scene.
remember that scene.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite scenes she's ever written.
Yeah.
I wish she did artwork of that scene.
That would have been good. They are in the park, and Ren is using his magic to keep people away from them so that no one sees what they're doing. But him eating her isn't enough this time. Callie is begging for Ren to take her. When he does, it's an experience for him. And I stopped. Like, I made that as, like, short as I could because I didn't want to get into it.
Yeah.
It's such a good scene. But I stopped here because I don't want to go too much. There's still more to come. Ren does some shit. And yeah. So there's some shit that goes on. And it's still more smut to come. It has a plot, which I love, but the smut is just so good in this. That's what made me fall for her books.
Her smut, man.
Yeah.
It's next. And it's so cool how she does it differently each time.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't feel like some people, when they have short books, the smut's almost repetitive in that series, but she made it where, you know, each monster needs a different thing, or, you know, they have mates, or some don't. Like, it's really cool.
I really liked it. I've read not as many as the books that you've read, but from what I read, I liked it.
When I find an author I like, I read all their life's work, and then I'm like, okay, I'm satisfied.
So I was really surprised by this. Goodreads rated it 3.8.
That's a lot of her books, surprisingly.
But I expected this to be like a 4-star read. Because I rated it 4 stars. Like, my overall rating was 4 because I loved everything about this book. The spice was 4 because who doesn't want a demon eating pussy
all day?
All day. Plot was 4. I think that was 3.5 actually. Because, like, there is some plot, it's just not the main.
Yeah, I think her plot gets better as that series goes on. You can definitely tell that's her first book.
Yeah.
Her first series, because, like, the beginning, I told you, the first book was really hard to get into, the first couple chapters. Then when we got to the spice, it was good. But then when you go down this series, it gets better and better and better as it goes on.
Yeah. Humor one, I think the main thing that made me laugh was the used underwear thing.
Oh, yeah.
that just had me cracking. Emotional. Obviously, I wasn't really emotional besides turned on. That was it. That's the only emotion I got from it was turned on. But yeah, it's a really fucking great book.
I know. I'm super excited. I can't wait to tell you about my next book.
I can't wait to see the artwork.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see the artwork.
Oh, yeah. So that is today's episode. Next, we will be doing a special book by her, Kept by the Kraken. And then...
I haven't read that one.
Nope, because it's not free unless you join her email book.
Yep.
So... that's the next one we'll be doing. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, follow us on any podcast forum, but also make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm still trying to figure out what's replacing TikTok.
Lemonade, I think.
But it's so weird.
Is it?
I'm not a huge fan. I need to play with it more this week and figure it out, since obviously in 2 weeks TikTok goes away.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. But anyway, you beautiful book babes, have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.